Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the preacher. Okay. Well, guys, you read the title. You read the title. Um, my heart, my passion are with the Lewis twins. I'm just going to put it out there. The Lewis twins is where my heart is. But Carmelo Anthony's case involves, you know, a young black brother involved with these twins. So we have black twins and white twins. Now, the Lewis twins, rest in peace, the Lewis twins, their case was first and it had a media attention. I don't know if it was a lot of a media attention, but it had media attention. But then this case has come up. This case involving white twins. And so the white twins case is getting more media coverage than the black twins. So I don't think that's fair. But what caught my attention, I think it was yesterday, sometime yesterday, I was thinking about the whole knife thing. The whole knife thing, you know, the question is, well, why would he have a knife? He has to, it's like some people expect for him to take all the heat because he brought the knife. Just because he had the knife at all, a pocket knife, which is common in the South, even in the North. I mean, the North is not, a lot of people from the South live in the North, But what I'm saying is everything is being based on the fact that he had a knife at all. So while I was thinking on this, the ancestors, the energy of the ancestors kept coming to me. Just that whole feeling. And I'm like, what? What would the knife have to do with ancestors at all? At first, I was just going to kind of blow it off. But then he made bond, y'all. He made bond. So I said, well, hey, let me do a reading, you know, just a quick reading, nothing too heavy. I don't have the comments on. Let me burn a little sage here. Guys, we need to keep in mind whether it's been officially, verbally declared or not. We've been in war season for a few years. We've been in war mode for a few years. Some of us want to live life as though, everything is just fine, nothing's changed. It's raining. It's raining. So when it rains, to me, that's male energy, fresh male energy from the sky. All right. The knife. The knife. Why would ancestor energy, why is ancestor energy surrounding the knife? Why did I have that feeling yesterday? Most high, most high, most high. And people will say, well, Most High don't have nothing to do with what you're talking about, lady, or nothing to do with you, lady. Well, I believe he does. Whoa, the knife. There's a lot of cards here. And my question is, how does this knife connect to the ancestors? We have the Tower card in reverse. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. We have the Hangman. We have Justice in reverse. And then we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, to me, all this is current energy. Current energy. This card is always my future energy, but like within a week, within the next week type energy. Nothing. So we have the Eight of Wands, and then the most recent past energy, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, so what I get from the Tower in reverse card, and this is current energy because I just got this yesterday. So, it's not that Carmelo Anthony, it's not that he was he it wasn't premeditated according to this card. It wasn't premeditated. He didn't go to that event to start no mess. I don't know why my hood side is coming out real strong. It's like I don't know how this reading gonna come out, y'all. For some reasons, a real hood part of me is starting to pop out. So what I really wanted to say was he didn't go there to start no shit. He didn't. He didn't go there, you know. Um, this card came out, the Four of Wands in reverse. This has something to do with like broken family or something like that. So we'll come back to that card. He didn't come there to start no mess, but all of this is going to have an effect on the families. This right here is going to create a lot of hardship. I don't know whose family, but let's see. Well, this reading is about the knife, so something about maybe this is where the ancestors come in. I don't know. We'll see. This is fresh, so all right. But at the end of the day, the Hangman card. He his ancestors, his people. He don't come from the kind of people that they don't take shit. They ain't gonna take no shit from. They Let me just keep going. Um, they've endured injustice in the past. That's why his ancestors is coming through because of injustices in the past. Maybe, okay, let me keep going. I don't want to overspeak. Okay, so Eight of Cups. Um, that's why he had to deal with it. He dealt with it and he ran, remember, because he left the scene. He left the scene, but I want to say, I don't like what I'm saying, y'all. I don't like this. Something was, some kind of debt score was settled. It's almost as if Carmelo Anthony, this child, 17 years old, he's a young man. He's not a child. He's a young man. Um, he was chosen. He was chosen from his bloodline um, for this time. He was chosen to be the one to settle some injustice in the bloodline. This is some ancestor stuff, guys. This, I mean, like, okay, so let me switch back. Let me switch back. Okay, the Nine of Cups in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse suggests that there was some type of problems. One of those kids, either the Anthony family or the Metcalf family, were having problems. One of the families were having problems. We already know that the Metcalf family, those parents are divorced. Apparently, they have two, like GoFundMe accounts, two separate GoFundMe accounts. And the twins come from a broken home. They come from a broken home. But somehow, some way, some kind of injustice in the bloodline of the Anthony family, some type of ancestral type justice is playing out. Somehow these two families um, have met before, not the people that we see today, not the people that are beefing today, but maybe further back in their bloodline. Something happened. This is what I'm picking up on. All right, so in the future, we have the Eight of Wands energy. This case is truly, truly, truly creating new opportunities in the legal justice system. You know, I mean, for a young Black boy to get bond, to post bond in a situation like this, I'm not going to say it's never happened, but that's so rare. It's rare. Okay. With the Eight of Wands, the World card. So, yes, this case somehow is changing. It's changing everything. This case is changing everything some kind of way. Some kind of way is changing everything. And the ancestors are seeing to it. He was chosen for this. Now, I know you all like, this is so crazy. You are crazy. This makes no sense. I'm not going to argue with you. Okay, so let me go back to the past a little bit here because we have the Nine of Cups. Somebody's home is broken. And we already know that the twins' home was broken. The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Now, I've heard something about like their dads, some issues with their dad's criminal history. I mean, I don't think that's a big deal, but, you know, a case like this, they're going to search high and low, deep and wide for every little thing. All parents, all family members, and everybody's going to be closely looked at. So far, I haven't heard anything about Anthony's parents. I really haven't heard anything other than they may have, the money and the support needed to be there for him, which is great. Which is great. They're able to be there for him. Um, but it's possible that, the twins' mother, There may be some issues there, possibly. But moving forward, though, I mean, we have Nine of Pentacles. I mean, like going in the future concerning this case, I mean, everything's looking good. I mean, the outcome of this case is going to have a positive impact on America. With these cards here, it's going to affect not just America, but everybody's looking at this case. Everyone's looking at this case. But we have two black twin boys out of Georgia, the Lewis twins. Rest in peace. We have two dead black bodies that are forgotten here because one white body showed up. And now everybody's giving their attention to this case. The Lewis case, they just kind of ruled it out as a murder suicide, but it just doesn't make sense, guys. It doesn't add up. But this case here, let's take a little closer at, you know, financial problems, uh, the mother. Let's take a closer look at what's going on. Something about the mother, y'all. And I don't know if this is which mom, because we have two moms. We have Karmelo Anthony's mom, and then we have this, the twins' mom. So both women, one of these women are like the Empress, and the other woman is the Queen of Swords. So there are two moms. One mom is very vocal all on the internet, and the other one I don't think we've heard from her. I'm gonna shuffle again. I don't usually do that. Let me take one more peek. Oh, and then we have the King of Swords. I'm glad I did. We have the King of Swords in reverse. So the father in this case, we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. So the mother in this case is the one that she's like the boss. Yeah, she's the more outspoken, more she has a greater impact. Then we have this woman here, which could be Anthony Carmelo's mom. She may be more of a more well-rounded woman. Like to me, this is probably her in the future. This is her in the past, and this is her futuristically. So I think this is Carmelo Anthony's mom. Her past energy and her future energy match. But then we also, guys, keep in mind the judge. There's a judge on the case because he got bond, right? So this Empress could be that too. I could be picking up on either his mother's energy or that judge's energy. But let me shuffle. On the bottom of the future, we have the Hierophant card. But let me slow down a minute. Because these readings, like this one's going fast. I mean, like, it's just like high energy. So I'm trying to keep up. It's like I'm feeling things, thinking things, and seeing things. And it's like just busy right now. The knife, though, the knife and the ancestors. So let's focus in on that. These cards here. The Tower in reverse, the Four of Wands, the Four of Wands. So really, this is like an attack. I mean, like, it's almost like the ancestors knew there was going to be attack on the family. And it's like, he's going to be hung up in the justice system for a little minute. This might go on for a little bit, guys. You know, this may take a minute. This may take a minute. It's not going to just go away. I mean, like, okay, like now I'm starting to talk about this other thing. Okay. I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time too. George Floyd, the George Floyd case. Just before George Floyd, there was the another case in Georgia, Ombre. What was his name? Ombre, where two white men, or was it three? Two or three white men in a pickup truck pretty much chased him down. They thought he was jogging or whatever in a neighborhood, being mischievous or something. I don't know, whatever. But they chased him down and killed him. Okay. And to me, that case should have been the bigger case, but the George Floyd case blew up. This is a similar situation. To me, the Lewis case should be that case, but then this case came and blew up. To me, it was like a competition between the George Floyd case and the Aubrey case. And I don't know if I'm saying the name right or anything. It's been some years. But and then here we are in this situation today where we have, the black twins, they're both gone. And their bodies were found in a mountain, on a mountain, in a sundown town. And now we're quiet about it because a white twin has passed away. So yeah, the ancestors, you know, settled some type of score. And has settled it, and somehow, some way. I mean, it's going to take some time, but somehow, some way, all of this is going to work out. I'll just put it that way. I mean, it's already working out for Carmelo Anthony because he was able to make bond. And I know there's a lot of people on the internet saying this is not a black and white issue, and this is not it's just a right and wrong issue. It can be. What? I'm not taking all these cars. Well, I'll just run through them. They popped out. So we got the Page of Cups. Information is coming in. Every day, more information is coming in. More clarity on the situation. The Fool card in reverse. The Five of Pentacles card. I mean, this is a really what the ancestors are on this too. They're involved. That's all I can say. They're involved. It's like the ancestors want to make sure that this family, the Anthony family, do not get tripped up, and they don't want them put out. You know what I mean? To come up short. They're really fighting hard to make sure that there's no loss with theirs. That's all I can say. The Seven of Wands in reverse. Like I said, the ancestors have done what they wanted to do, and to them, they've settled the score. The King of Wands, perhaps, some type of grandfather, whether a great, I don't know. King of Wands in reverse. He can rest now. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the strength card in reverse. They made bond. They made bond. Now they have to be smart and make the case. They have to play smart, make the case. They can't miss a beat because there's a chance. There is a chance for him to get the justice that's needed, you know, because, you know, just based on how perhaps the twins were raised, their attitude, you know, based on their family. Really, you're looking at the two families, and there's going to be a judgment call. There's going to be a judgment call. This is bigger. The point, I believe, of this reading, when it's all bigger than just those kids. Those did not show up on that rainy day. And it's a rainy day here at the moment as I'm giving this reading. Those kids did not show up on that rainy day alone. They showed up in Karmelo Anthony's case. He showed up with his ancestors, and that's what his knife represents. The other two boys, they showed up with their people. They showed up with their people. And their people were like, you don't belong here, move. And we're willing to physically make it happen. So it's almost as if the spirit realm, of course, what happens in the spirit happens in the natural. It's almost like the spirit realm sensed this, and it has something to do with it. So this case is not your usual case. Because there's children involved, you have to consider the families. You have to consider the parents. And I'm taking it to the next level, which don't show up in court, of course. But you got to consider the ancestors too. You have to consider America's deficit, America's debt. And it don't matter how many generations have gone by. Some debt got to be settled, no matter how many generations go by. Some people's bloodlines, no matter how many generations go by, will meet again. Sometimes under good terms, and sometimes under quote unquote bad terms. But at the end of the day, the scales will balance. There will be justice. And as we give the Karmelo Anthony case, along with the Metcalf twins, as we give their case all this attention, please let's not forget the Lewis twins. Rest in peace. Their case. It's possible that somebody out there caused harm, placed their bodies on a mountain, and got away with it so far. All right, guys, click like. I see I have a couple of likes. Thank you so much. Click subscribe, hit that notification bell, share my videos. I'm not monetized anywhere on social media, at least not yet anyway, yet. So, but my PayPal is available for donations, love offerings. It's Dr. Leisha the Preacher, just like on my channel. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.